Okay, so let's just start with a number. $1,300.
Yeah. It's a number that makes you blink.
It really does. That is the price tag on the hardware we're looking at today, the DVDO WSP-1 conference speakerphone.
That's the one.
And my first thought, honestly, was I could buy a decent used car for that.
Right.
Or, a very, very nice laptop.
Right.
So I guess the mission for this deep dive is pretty simple. Convince me and you why a speakerphone could possibly be worth four figures.
It's a fair question, but I think we have to reframe it a little. This isn't just a desktop accessory.
Right.
This is really an attempt to solve the single most annoying problem in modern work. The can you hear me loop, the echo, the whole thing.
Right, where you're just sort of shouting into the void.
Exactly. So the WSP-1 is aiming for what they call professional grade. It's designed for, say, mid-sized boardrooms or that really high-end home office where you cannot afford to sound like you're calling from a bathroom.
Okay, so let's get under the hood then. What separates this from, like, the $50 puck I can toss in my backpack?
Well, the first big differentiator is something called adaptive 48 kHz full duplex echo cancellation.
Full duplex. That's one of those terms that, marketing loves. But does it actually change the conversation?
Oh, completely. Think of standard audio like a walkie-talkie. That's what we call half duplex. So if I talk, the line jams up.
And I can't speak until you stop.
You can't, and that just kills the vibe of a brainstorm. You can't get that rapid-fire exchange.
Right.
So full duplex allows our voices, the data, to flow both ways at the same time. I can interrupt you can laugh while I'm talking, and the software doesn't panic and cut the audio.
It feels like we're in the same room.
That's the goal. A huge usability upgrade.
Okay, but I'm looking at the spec sheet here, and it's like a bowl of alphabet soup. We've got AEC, NC, AGC, EMI. Let's decode these. What are we actually paying for?
These are basically the cleaning crew. So AEC is deep echo cancellation. That's pretty standard. It stops the mic from picking up the speaker sound.
So you don't get that awful screeching feedback loop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Basic, but you absolutely need it.
Okay, what about NC?
This one is cool. It stands for two-way noise compression. And notice that two-way part.
So it's not just filtering my background noise.
Right. It also works to filter the incoming audio. So if the person on the other end is in, say, a noisy coffee shop, this device tries to clean them up so you hear them more clearly.
That is actually really clever. Okay, next one, AGC.
Automatic gain control. I like to call this the meeting equity feature. You know how every meeting has one person who's basically shouting?
And one person is mumbling. The loud talker and the whisperer.
The whisperer,
right.
AGC actively balances those inputs. It boosts the whisperer and it dampens the shouter so everyone comes through at roughly the same volume.
Okay, I can definitely see the value there. But here's the one that sounded the most sci-fi to me, EMI. The source lists this as Intelligent Microphone Automatic Direction Finding.
Yeah, this is the standout feature. The microphone isn't just a passive bucket catching sound, it's actively hunting. It detects exactly where your voice is coming from in the room and focuses its pickup on that person.
So it's like a radar lock on my voice.
Basically, yeah. It treats the speaker as a dynamic target. And it bundles all of this with what they call zero damage compression, so you don't sound all robotic.
And it can get loud up to 95 decibels. Now, usually when you tell me something is professional grade and costs this much, I assume I need an IT degree to install it.
You'd think so, but they went the other way. It's completely driverless.
Plug and play.
Total plug and play. USB, a wireless dongle, or just Bluetooth. And it's agnostic Windows, Android, iOS, even Linux.
And it doesn't care what platform you're using. Zoom, Skype?
Nope. Zoom, Skype, WeChat, it just takes over the audio.
And what about the physical design? Is it just a black box?
Almost. But they did add an LED light strip and touch buttons. And it sounds like a small thing, but having that visual feedback, knowing for a fact that you're muted because the light changed color, that's huge for user confidence.
So we've broken down all the tech. Is it actually worth it? Is it worth the $12,299?
Look, if you're just calling your mom, probably not. But think about the cost of friction in a business setting.
Right.
If you're in a big pitch meeting or a strategy session and you lose 5 minutes to, can you hear me? Or people just tune out because the audio is exhausting to listen to.
That costs more than the hardware. It's like the invisible tax of bad tech.
Exactly. We obsess over 4K webcams and ring lights, but honestly, you can turn your camera off and still have a meeting.
But if you turn your audio off, the meeting is over.
The meeting is over.
A very solid reminder to prioritize your ears. That's it for this deep dive on the DVDO WSP-1. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.